Hi, I'm Phileas Steyn and I'm the Safari expert. And in this video, I'm going to share with you 3 ways that you can blur the background of your wildlife photographs. And if you watch to the very end, I'll add a little bonus tip as well. But before I do so, if you like these kind of videos with little tips on wildlife photography, consider enrolling in my online course called Wildlife Photography for Beginners and Amateurs, which is basically a comprehensive course that covers all the most important principles of wildlife photography, namely equipment, settings, light, composition, creativity, and animal behavior. I'll place a link in the description below. But let's get back to those 3 ways to blur the background of your wildlife photographs. First of all, you've got to choose a low f-stop. This little diagram shows it really nicely. The lower the f-stop that you use, the less of your subject that'll be in focus, and that also means that the background will blur more. This example of a zebra was photographed at f11, which is a relatively large f-value, and as you can see, the background isn't particularly well blurred. If, however, I reduce my f-stop to f5.6, you can see that the subject pops beautifully because the background blurs much more. Just look how shallow the depth of field is when you use an f2.8 lens that beautifully blurs the background. The second thing that you can do to blur the background of your wildlife photographs is to zoom in all the way. If you want that background to blur beautifully, you've got to make sure that you zoom in and get close to your subject. If you make the mistake to park too close to your subject and hence zoom out, your background will be much more in focus. Rather park further away, which allows you to zoom in to 300, 400, or even 500 millimeters or more. That way you give yourself a sporting chance to blur the background beautifully, like in this example. And then the third thing to do is to make sure that the background is as far behind your subject as possible. If the background is too close to the subject, like in this case of the termite mound behind the leopard cub, or these bushes behind the elephant, it's impossible to blur it. It's also very difficult to blur the background if you are photographing down towards your subject, like in this example, because it means the background is right behind it. Again, it just helps to park a little bit further away to reduce that angle. First prize, however, is to photograph your subjects in very open areas where there's literally nothing behind them in the background. And if your subject is very small and close to the ground, it helps for you to get close to the ground as well by going to your knees or even lying on your stomach. That way you can photograph them at eye level and hence get a perfectly blurred background even for very tiny subjects. And as promised, here's a little bonus tip. If you want that background to look as beautiful as possible, make sure that it's uncluttered. Even if you have a beautiful subject in your photograph, a cluttered background like this high contrast scene of the white sky and the dark tree trunk can easily spoil your photograph. You can see the exact same thing in this cluttered background behind this cheetah, where you've got very bright branches in the back left and a very dark branch in the back right. Your attention immediately jumps to those branches instead of to the cheetah itself. Just look at the difference between this photograph of a pearl-spotted owlet with a very cluttered background versus this photograph of the same species with a perfectly clear background. Usually it's so easy to change what's behind your subject by simply moving a little bit to the left or a little bit to the right. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like and consider subscribing to the channel. And also let me know in the comments below what else you'd like to learn about wildlife photography. Also remember to follow that link to my online course called Wildlife Photography for Beginners and Amateurs. See you next time.